Okay, so it's about 20 to 3. Sorry, I was up around 1:30, which means I again got a significant amount of sleep, more than normal, anyways. But I'm at least cycled back around so that things are um, back in what I call a normal schedule. Um, Again, I don't really know what to say about what happened, other than to conclude that I really knocked myself out there, and I should probably tone it down a little. Today's a month, so today is the day that it came up a little bit faster than I expected because I was thinking of it a month, a month as in from January 9th to February 9th, but of course that's more than a month, right? So today is I believe, the 6th. Comes up a few days earlier. That said, I am going to give myself a few extra days before I really start coming down on myself too hard about doing something else. I've decided that with the headphones, I'm going to wait it out a little. I'm going to see. I'm going to do some more strenuous testing regarding the tinfoil and the other things before. I think that with all of the other things around me, I'm kind of concluding that swamping the cord may be less beneficial than I think. So I need to figure that out a little bit more. And I do still have some mixing to do before I need to even really, worry about that too much, sort of thing, right? So, my focus right now, as it was before, is still cleaning up my internet and getting to a situation where I've got everything aside and I can start working on the ultra reality. I have decided that I am going to split things off. I don't really want to talk about this right now. I just more wanted to point out that I am awake. It's Saturday morning, meaning I skipped Friday, and things are working the way forwards. I pretty much believe that um, I have to finish the Facebook today. There's no other way around it. That this needs to be finished, and I'll figure that out. So it's a little after 8, and I'm stopping to eat so I can take some pills. I'm not done yet. I think maybe I didn't get quite as much as I wanted done because I went ahead a little bit into the YouTube. But I do still think I can probably get it done by the end of the day. It is now, well, not quite yet, but around noon it'll be actually 1 month. And that feels good. Although, like I say, I'm not doing anything else until I can at least get over the Facebook part. I was thinking about wiping profiles down and then redoing them, but it doesn't look like that's going to work out. I'm actually going to be deleting that YouTube profile. Yep. 30,000 hits and 350 subscribers, and it means jack shit. The profile's just going to get deleted. It really means absolutely nothing at all. Except for that those are 350 people that have decided that they're not going to actually give me any money. I really think that we need to get a bit of a dose of reality there, and maybe being a little bit shocking in my disregard for your precious hits and your precious subscribers and your precious likes is necessary to slap some sense into the people at Google who are living in a fantasy reality. Anyways, they are. Listen to them talk. Views are the currency of Google. Like what planet do you live on? Like, you have to maintain some connection to your content providers. Okay, maybe in some sense they are in the context of what you're selling. Okay, but they don't mean a damn thing to anyone else. Okay, out in the real world, outside of your little bubble, a view or a subscriber. At least a view has some tangible thing. A subscriber is completely worthless. Okay? To me, to viewers, to anybody, okay, a subscriber has no tangible value at all. Okay? And even to an advertiser, even to the people that you're selling the product to, it still is worthless because it doesn't actually translate into anything of any concrete meaning. Okay, there's no tangible connection to this. Okay, and I'm not the first person to point that out. That's been well understood for a long time. It's just, to actually go through it and see. You think that maybe they're exaggerating a little. There has to be some. No, it really is worthless. Okay, I'm sorry. If you are doing, a TV show type format, a breakfast show, or something like that, or a vlog, okay, but 90% of what people use YouTube for, those numbers are meaningless. I'm sorry, they are. So, that page is going. I can't. It doesn't look like I can disconnect it, so it's gonna have to go completely. And I'm gonna have to just recreate it, a new page completely from scratch. I'm not even gonna need the link. In fact, this might be the last I even talk about it. Well, no, I gotta talk about it a little bit more. But this, it's going to be severed completely. These are two different realities, and they're not going to interact. And this whole process that I was doing is going to be entirely through there. The vlogs are going to be entirely connected to the new process. And we'll have this, again, like I say, we'll have this talk later. This is just more of a progress update. It's not quite as much as I wanted, but I am getting there, and I do still think I can get to where I wanted to get to by the time I sleep again. Although just briefly, if we want to talk about the value of the subscribers on YouTube, I've got about 60 hits so far. It's hard for me to say, or 60 hits on the last video that I put up a video a few days ago that was like, okay, I'm shutting this profile down, go over to the other profile if you want to follow me still. I've got about 60 hits on that. It's impossible for me to know how much of that came from old subscribers and how much of it is coming from new people that are just wandering to the site. However, I can tell you this. In that period, since I've posted that update, I have had 0 subscribers on my blog site. And as far as I can tell, I've only had interaction with 2 people. So it seems like a maximum, I'm looking at 2 out of 350. Again, how useful? It's worthless. If this had any value at all, I would have moved a substantial number of those people over. Right? I have 350 subscribers. If they're really interested in my content, they would have all moved over to the vlog. In fact, they would have all subscribed to the vlog in the first place. The fact that 0 of them have subscribed to the new channel indicates that a subscriber count is not a useful method or a useful metric in determining how many people are interested in your product or your content. Okay? And that's what I've been trying to get across. I'm trying to get this across for years. Okay? Why did people subscribe to my channel? I don't know. I think it probably had to do something like that. They liked the comment that I made, so they subscribed in solidarity. They had no interest in the music. And the people that did view the music, a lot of them would you subscribe to a band that you thought was interesting? People don't do that. That's not how, so it wasn't useful. In any context. It wasn't. It's the reality. There was really no context in which that was useful at all, in any way. So, destroying it, I'm really not losing anything except a lot of hubris. And if anybody is getting hurt from this, it's not me. It's, like I say, it's YouTube's reputation as to what their brand is. It's been clear to me for a long time that what YouTube thinks it's building is a bubble. You can think of it like that. It's a bubble, and it's a bubble that's going to burst. And when it bursts, what you're going to realize, and what advertisers especially are going to realize, is that, all of these, billions of subscribers in aggregate, you're looking at, how many of them are actually meaningful of anything? Probably less than 1%. So if you look at, I think PewDiePie's got something like 30 million subscribers. How many people actually pay attention? Well, any average, I mean, his average video hit count is something more along the lines of 1 or 2 million. In comparison, Roman Atwood has, I think, 6 million subscribers, maybe a little less than that, but he consistently trends and he consistently gets over 1 million hits. Um, I'll tell you flat out, if there was someone that I thought was messing with the statistics or doing something to inflate his view totals, I think maybe Roman might be the most likely out of all of the YouTube personalities out there. Um, in fact, considering that his vlogs, and I've watched quite a few of them, really aren't very exciting, it's hard to see how he gets so much attention. I think it's probably quite likely. But nonetheless, you can see that there's a big differential. 30 million subscribers, rarely trending. Less than 6 million subscribers, always trending. There's really not any connection there. Okay, and if you were to do an actual, like a real study, if you were to do this, using science, statistics, mathematics, and actually, figure out, is there some correlation, some cause and effect relationship? Actually, I just said something very stupid there. I suggested that correlation and causality are the same thing. If you were to actually do this and try to look at it and say, can you find a correlation here? You could not. And because you could not, it would therefore follow that there is not a cause and effect relationship, right? Just because there's a correlation doesn't mean there is a cause and effect relationship. But if there's a cause and effect relationship, you better be sure there's a correlation. You can be damn sure there is. It's like it wouldn't be there if you did this properly, if you studied it the way that you should study this sort of thing, and you did a report and you tried to publish it in a journal, you wouldn't find that. What you would find is that the number of subscribers that you have has no predictive effect on how many views you get, and therefore, from an advertiser's perspective, this is not something that's useful, which is the bubble that YouTube has created, because they spent their whole business model, they spent years pushing this idea that the more subscribers you have, the more views you'll get, and therefore, the larger the reach for your advertising is. It's not accurate, and like I say, what I'm able to present to you is very small potatoes, right? I have a couple hundred subscribers, and I'm noticing that I'm getting essentially they're essentially worthless to me. I'm not getting anybody that's subscribed over at all. Like I'm getting like a 0% ratio, or maybe I haven't let it sit long enough. Maybe if I let it sit for another couple of weeks, I'll get a 0.5% ratio, right? But that's just me, and maybe I'm not that important. If you look at a larger test sample, it's pretty clear. Having all of these subscribers does not get you all of those hits. It's like, even when you look at them, I mean, that's why the Roman Atwood is so suspicious. One would not expect, or it's either suspicious and he's cheating, or he's got the model that everyone needs to get. Everybody everyone all over YouTube needs to be looking at what it is that he's doing. The other person that's managed to actually come up with a really successful model is this McJuggernuts character. It's smashing up his Xboxes. I think it's more likely that he's real. I mean, not you're obviously watching a script. And to be honest with you, I think you're watching a script with Atwood too. I'm not even sure that, well, she seems a little out of his league, doesn't she? I don't know. That seems like an actress to me. Anyways, yeah. what he's doing seems more likely. Um, number one, because he doesn't trend as consistently, and number two, because it's actually like it's a story with a plot line, and like there's interesting characters. It's like that. Like if you're gonna hook someone, you're gonna hook them on what he's doing, not what you know. Watch me make pancakes with my wife and kid. Like like it doesn't. He's producing an actual product, right? So if something was going to go viral, it would be him. And really, as outrageous as the acting on those shows are, there's like if you want to figure out how do you do this YouTube thing right, that's like he's figured it out. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he's figured it out. And it might just be as simple as providing interesting content on a regular basis. Wow, amazing. We're all shocked, right? How do you win the YouTube game? You make good content and upload it frequently. Surprise. Um, but where was I going with this? Yeah. I mean, just the hit counter ratio. He's the only one that, besides, like I say, the Saddlewood character, who I wouldn't trust to tell me what time it was when I'm standing outside the Big Ben. No, seriously, you could be standing in front of Big Ben, look up, what time is it? I wouldn't trust you, and you might be lying to me, which is actually very contradictory to what it is that he's selling, right? He's selling himself as a good honest everyman from Ohio, from Ohio even, that managed to make it big, got the American dream, right? I mean, it just seems very constructed, and like, how could this possibly be real, right? Then again, it's on the historical record. He's got his pranks, right? But I mean, it seems so fake. It's like it's either like it is either scripted and constructed, or it is. Let me rephrase that. Either it's scripted outside of the building, or it's scripted inside the building. It's definitely scripted. It's just a question of whether there's actually a company behind it, or he's just doing it himself, right? Um, but it seems like I don't know. Did he get a loan to put it out, or like it really seems completely contrived. Um, this McJuggernuggets character, I mean, it's obviously contrived, but it's a show, right? It's obviously like you're watching characters, and they have adventures, and it's the whole thing, right? You're watching it's not the. I mean, like even Seinfeld had plots, right? There were plots in Seinfeld. I don't know how this guy like. I can't. It's astounding to me. He has to be fucking with something. And if that's what he does pranks. At the end of videos, like I was just pranking you. Yeah, you just pranked YouTube out of $50 million. I think you're in some trouble, buddy. Anyways, for if you exclude this very strange Roman Atwood example, if you look at anyone else, and like I say, perhaps excluding this McJuggernuggets character, which maybe he actually did break the bank, maybe he actually did find a way to do this, and maybe that is a model to look at. Excluding these two extreme outliers, one of them which seems fake, and the other one which maybe should be studied, nobody gets that kind of ratio, right? Like I say, you are lucky if you get 10% of your subscribers to watch your video. Very lucky. More realistic is less than 1%. So, like, this business model is bullshit. And like I say, that's for somebody that is dealing with a small to medium-sized channel. And I'd say if I got 300 subscribers, it's not. I mean, it's more than. It's on a bubble, right? It's not. I'm not anonymous, but I'm not. Um, I'm not medium-sized yet either. And it was just worthless, of absolutely no value, and I feel that I'm losing absolutely nothing at all by just blowing that up, and carrying on. So, such is life, such is how things are. I just wanted to put that down, and now I'm going to get something to eat and have my pills. Another package of cheese. Um, these will be steady, of course, as they have been. They will continue to be. Although I must say, to be honest with you, this might be the total. Like it might just be cheese, cheese, cheese for the next several weeks because I can't think of anything else I'm really throwing out. And as it happens to be, I lost a little piece of the new wrapper, so that needs to go in as well.